Hi everyone, Radical Gardener. Well, it's been a few days and I wanted to wait to post because a few things were happening. So let's talk about all the positive stuff. I just finished proofreading Gretchen's book, which has to do with the music that we ran studies with, therapeutic sound, and it's music that I compose. So if you've been watching my channel, you know that that's something that I do, and I've explained in several videos, why this music is different, why it's so effective. And if you go back just a couple of videos, I do one where we're talking about using sound for just health of plants and what have you. So I explain it there if you want to know more about it. And I can also send you to my website, Therapeutic Sound and Wellness. So we've got that, and with that we're going to start a second study and work with people that have post-traumatic stress and incorporate some movement with the sound, and see what kind of results that we get with a very traumatized section of our, not section, but group within our society that needs some help. And I think we can go in a much more less invasive way than drugging them up and what have you. So we're getting people signed up for it. Well, with that, I'm going to be moving a sound table that was just gifted to me. I have a table and it has sound, but it's not anywhere near as brilliant as this one. And this has the speakers in the table, and so I'm setting up a therapeutic room for sound that's adjacent to Dr. Snell's office. So we were there yesterday, getting it cleaned out, painted, and I'll be moving the furniture and everything in to that room next weekend. So that's going on. Along with that, in another week, I'm going to be self-publishing a book I wrote some time back. It almost got published 4 or 5 times through different literary agents. Never quite happened. It has nothing to do with really anything that I'm doing today, but it really represents a big piece of my life, and it's when I was on the road with 5 women blues singers. It's a work of fiction, sort of. Get your system together. And so it has been a crazy time. I went from like winter doldrums, not wanting to do anything, make an occasional YouTube video, to every day like, oh my god, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But it's exciting, and the fact that I get to do this, and and again, I'm looking at 70 years old. It's right around the corner, and I have all this energy, and I can accomplish these things. A lot of people are wrapping up their life right around 70 years old, and I feel like I've got a brand new beginning. So we know what I attribute that to, C60 and Dr. Snell, who's really worked with me on bringing my health back. So it's a really exciting time for me. And at the same time, my husband's feeling better. So we're real partners in crime here, and we can get a lot done. So I like to share all this stuff because, if you're, 50 years old or even 40 and you're just feeling, oh my God, I'm just so sick, I'm so tired. There really is health out there. Keep searching it out. Keep going to different people. Find the people that know what they're talking about. I've gone through so many practitioners until I found the ones that really knew me and who I was, how my body worked, and what were the solutions for it. And that was a lifetime. Honestly, it takes a lifetime to find people. I don't think you have to do that so much because we've come a long way. We're aware. We have the internet, but that's been a real long journey for me. All right, so now let's go on to something else. Of course, Diamond's very good about promoting channels, other people's channels, and he's done this for me a couple of times, which just really helps to boost my little channel. But he really went for it this last time, and within 2 days I got 500 subscribers. But as you know, YouTube had told me that the video was not suitable for viewing. and they deleted I think just about all of the people that came over from Diamond's channel. I can't even tell you how upset I was about that. It took me over the 3,000 mark. Actually, I would be at around 3,300 subscribers. I know it's not a lot. It's a lot for me. It takes me a long time to get 100. It takes about a month. So I work really hard at this, and I was just devastated by that. I mean, I'm not, I sometimes I talk politics, but not often. And believe me, I'm aware of what they're doing. I am not new to this game. But the fact that they went after a little channel and about something like weather and urban prepping, the fact that I'm not an alarmist, I don't, I'm just giving out information in a really rational way, it really had me for about a day. I was really pissed off. So, of course, my gallbladder hated me. Whenever I get pissed off, my gallbladder starts to hate me. So, whatever. So I called my lawyer. And so we're composing a letter. I already pitched my, bitch to YouTube, which is, I'm sure, falling on deaf AI ears or whatever. So I call my lawyer. We're composing a letter, and we're sending it off. Will it do any good? Maybe not. But I just can't take it sitting down. I hate feeling like a victim. And I know that's a choice. And if I don't do anything, I'll feel victimized. So at least if I send a letter, I've done it. I've sent it. And I'm also going to, I think it's You Are Free TV. She does a spiel at the beginning of her YouTube videos where she says, this is my property, you cannot, no one else can own it, delete it, whatever. And it seems to have worked for her. And so I'm going to have my lawyer write me a little dissertation that I do in the beginning. It'll be 3 sentences long, and let's see if that works. But, I will continue to do this no matter what. And it's my way of having a voice in what's going out in the world today. I think my voice is really valid because I've lived a really full, long life, and it's covered a lot of areas. It's covered health, therapeutic sound, entertainment, gardening, prepping. I mean, I've been involved in so many different things, concert production. I owned a PR company. I mean, I really have done a lot. And through that, I've really learned a lot about people. I've learned, I'm such a voracious reader. Everything's interesting to me. I've studied Steiner. I've studied lots of different things. So I can bring this to the table, and I think it gives me a unique voice. Yes, we all have unique voices, but, I have a lot of experience, and I want to share it. So, whatever YouTube does, it does. I am on Gab. I am on Twitter. I am on, I'm working to get on BitChute. I am on MeWe, not my favorite platform, MeWe, but I'm there. I don't know. Some of them I'm on as Radical Gardener. Others I'm on as Kate Hart. You can find me if you're interested. If I, someday disappear. I do have a website, radicalgardener.net. So all that information is below. You can always go look at old videos and just have my contact information if you are so interested. Along with the new subscribers, I also got people that are now Patreon. I have 3 people now. It's very exciting. So that's cool. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about, gardening indoors and gardening in abandoned buildings, which is going on all over the country. And I pulled up this article who's a pastor, and it's a great headline. Pastor blends faith farms to end food insecurity in Black churches. And as we know, a lot of the inner cities are food deserts. So what he's doing is going into abandoned buildings, and he's creating these incredible farms. And so I'm just going to read a little bit to you now, and I'll leave the link below so that you can read a little bit further. You never know, you might want to start something like this. I think it's brilliant. Think about Detroit and the abandoned factories. What? Are you kidding me what we could do with that? There's so much there that could be utilized. And, they were all windows. They're all glass. Those old buildings, they're all freaking glass. Perfect. High ceilings, might even still have their sprinkler systems. Get out of here. So anyways, it says here, several years ago, Reverend Heber Brown III decided he needed to do more than pray. The now 38-year-old pastor at Pleasant Hope Baptist Church in Baltimore, Maryland, noticed more members of his congregation were suffering from diet-related illnesses. In Baltimore City, 1 in 3 residents is obese and 12% has type 2 diabetes. That's really heartbreaking. 2 conditions that disproportionately affect Black Americans. Additionally, 34% of Black residents in Baltimore live in food deserts compared to 8% of others, and don't have regular access to fresh, healthy, and affordable foods. So Brown turned to seeds in addition to scripture and started a garden on a 1,500 square foot plot of land in front of the church. Today, that garden grows everything from summer squash to kale and yields 1,100 pounds of produce, all to feed the community that meets weekly to worship. It was amazing, said Brown, who, in addition to starting the garden, partnered with other farmers in the area to bring pop-up markets to the church after Sunday service. Fabulous. We saw attendance bump up in our worship. We saw great energy, and it went so well here that I wondered what would happen if we could spread it through other churches and create a network of churches that do the same thing. In 2015, Brown launched the Black Church Food Security Network, a grassroots initiative that empowers Black churches to establish a sustainable food system to combat the systematic injustices and disparities that plunge. Where did you go? Get out of here. There's something really weird going on with my computer. Okay, that plague Black Americans who, according to data from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, are sicker and poorer than non-Black Americans. That is really true. I see that a lot here in Detroit. It really is true. You know what? And it's probably true in the rural South, and it's probably true for the rural whites. If you get into rural areas, I don't care if you're Black or white, you got some serious health issues. And I'm talking poverty rural, not if you're a farmer. We're talking, you get into Appalachia and you get into these different areas, and you don't even have to go that far. I mean, downtown Detroit, I can just show you, or the outer areas of Detroit, I can show you where that's going on. But what's wonderful about this is he really saw it in regards to his own culture and his own people, and he wanted to do something about it. But anyway, so he's got people calling him from all over the country now, churches that want to get involved. This is a great thing to do because it's where people are gathering anyways, and they already know each other, they already have a community. I love this idea. So I'm just going to leave that link below. I have some other links. I don't have time to get into them now. I'm actually going to have to teach. But what I did do is I put 2 links down here that have to do with that subject matter. You never know, this might really inspire some of you to do something like this, to do something in your community. It's a lot of work, so if you got the time, you got the passion, this would be a wonderful thing to do. Okay, so that's it from me. Radical Gardener, from my garden to yours. May your garden always grow. Now, may your garden always grow. I wasn't paying attention. I send you a lot of love. I was a little distracted. All right, listen. Give me a thumbs up. That will help. Please share. I would love this. I'd love to have my subscribers back, but whatever. Share if you feel that you